Shalom, shalom. All praises to Abanawa Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Barakti Yahweh, Barakti Yahweh Shai, Barakti Yahweh, Barakti Yahweh Shai, Barakti Yahweh, Barakti Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and elder bishops of Great Millstone, and shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,000, wherever they are scattered to the four corners of the earth. Shalom. Yeah, I was just watching this on Netflix last night. Megan Fox, you may recollect. My first time seeing this person was, I think it was a Transformers movie. But nevertheless, she's playing a what do you call them? AI robotoid or robot or technology. Salaki, I don't know the correct terms. Okay, yeah. Megan Fox as Alice, a domestic robot. Okay. Okay, and you need to watch this movie with spiritual eyes. I very rarely watch new movies because everything is all, you know, ABCD'd out. There's too much nastiness and everything, even in commercials. But when it's got like a few nuggets in it, you watch it, you know. Yeah, so in the movie, okay, I don't want to give too much away, but let's just put it this way. I'll give you a little synopsis, okay? So please forgive me if I'm going to give the plot away, but still watch it anyway. You're going to see a lot of gold nuggets in this, all right, about what's to come or what they're trying to do and how this is going to affect as the economy and people's mindset as a whole, all right? Now, in the movie, there is a family, okay, normal family, man, woman, children, okay, and in the movie, the man's wife has heart issues, and obviously he is a foreman of a building site, so therefore he needs someone to sort of guide the house and take care of it or whatever. You know, his wife, his real human wife, needs a heart transplant, and he gets, and his daughter, right, chooses Alice, Megan Fox, and incidentally, the name Alice they gave to her from the book Alice in Wonderland. Okay, I'm gonna look into that, the meaning of Alice in Wonderland. Okay, because I'm sure there's some hidden messages there as well. But they call her Alice, right? And within the show, they're showing a world where a lot of people are having AI robots in their house. Okay, and they're programmed to do whatever you want. Okay, they move without a soul. They look so-called human on the outside, right? And in the move, and also the guy's a foreman of a building site. What else happens is all his crew of people that he's been working with for 10 years, right, are fired from the job because the work is too slow and they're all replaced with AI robots. Even the people that do the operation on his wife for a heart transplant, they're done by AI robots. Okay, the help in the house are AI robots. The servers in the bar where they go for a drink are AI robots. Okay? And obviously, you know what happens when people lose their job. Lack of money, financial issues. They're angry and moaning because they knew that this AI situation was coming, but they didn't do anything about it at the time. Okay? You know? And, they'll be like, they didn't do anything about it at the time. And also, the robot can be programmed to perform sexual duties as well. But obviously, they show, early on, they show the sort of convenience of having this in the household for help and taking care of the children and the shopping and all that kind of thing. But then they show the downside, which is the AI robot the AI robot was turned on and off, and then I'm saying, the AI robot then sort of reprogrammed herself to bypass certain conducts of service or certain things that the robot is not supposed to do, and then the robot turns against them. I haven't watched all of it. I watched half of it. I'm going to watch the rest later on. Okay, but that's what's happening so far. But what this show is, right, is the fact that, along with the fact that this is, as Elon Musk would say, that they've released a demon. AI is a demon, man. Okay, it's controlled by a demon. All right, whether you believe in that or not, these spirits are controlling these technologies on the left hand side. Okay, this is the so-called white man's uh, left hand side technology. You know, and they show a world, man, where everybody, is the humans are being replaced by AI technology. People are out of work. People don't have disposable income. This is gonna start coming, man, next year. And the guy's a foreman, right? And foreman's, construction. Usually, these technologies are going to be quite expensive, and they're going to be sort of accessible to the very, very, very wealthy. But there's people out there that got money, you know, but they probably spend a certain amount of money on a nice car, but they wouldn't really spend it on an AI robot. But what they're going to do, they're going to make this accessible where they probably said it'll be sold like as a price of a second-hand vehicle, which could be anything from, I don't know, 15 to 20,000 pound or dollars or whatever. They're going to bring it to that level so everybody can have it. But we're not going to be here that long anyway. But this is what they're showing, you know. And let's go here. How will artificial intelligence affect jobs? Artificial intelligence, AI, excuse me, could replace the equivalent of 300 million. Excuse me. Artificial intelligence could replace the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs. A report by investment bank Goldman Sachs, small hatters, says it could replace a quarter of work tasks in the US and Europe, but may also mean. Okay, they're going to give the information and they're going to say something positive. Oh, it might mean new job. Let me see what they say actually before I assume. Um, mhm. How will artificial. Damn it. What do they want my information for? No, we go. All right, I'm not going to do that. How will artificial intelligence. Salakia for that. I didn't know that was going to happen. All right, but nevertheless, let's just go here. AI could replace the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs. A report by investment bank Goldman Sachs says it could replace a quarter of work tasks in the US and Europe. Okay. So next vid. Is that the same one? How will artificial intelligence affect jobs 2024 to 2030? You would have been living under a rock if you did not know how artificial intelligence is set to affect jobs in 2024 and 2030. AI, like ChatGPT, seems to be stealing all of the headlines at the moment. Google unveiled new AI software to build presentations, analyze and enter data, and write content. And there are so many more AI tools like Gamma and numerous AI. I mean, if you go onto LinkedIn as well, if you got a page on LinkedIn, if you use that for whatever your work or business or whatever situation you may be in, okay, uh, you would see that AI is also analyzing resumes or CVs. All right, and a lot of people with a lot of experience are not getting interviews. I read a post yesterday by a woman saying that she's applied for 700 jobs. She's got 15 years of HR experience or whatever, in some prestigious firms. And she's applied for 700 jobs, but got numerous rejections and only got 2 job interviews. Because what it is, with human eyes, a human can say, okay, this person's got X amount of experience, but we can train them with the rest. But AI is just looking for specific keywords. If it doesn't hit their like guidelines of 4 years experience in this and 3 years experience in that, and they need to know these kinds of platforms and technologies, right? They're not going to even interview you. And there's a lot of people out of work if you look online as well. All right. And this, with more artificial intelligence coming in, this is really going to make the world implode and explode, man, financially. because something's got to give with all this pulling and tugging and like a tug of war. You know, people are gonna go crazy, man. You know, those that are resisting rather than riding the crest of the wave will not be making hay whilst the sun shines when it comes to landing in-demand jobs in the next 6 years and enjoying job growth. AI will be taking some jobs, but it will be creating new ones. Like what? Okay, construction sites, all the all the laborers gone. All right, in the movie. All right. Okay, I mean, even back in the day, 50 years ago, you could be working in a pen factory putting lids on pens. You know, I know even those kinds of jobs are gone now because there's technology replacing them. How would it create new jobs? And if it does create a few new jobs, what they're going to do, as they mentioned in the movie, is that they're going to have one. I forget the term they use. They said they're going to have one. One grunt and five. Yeah, they're going to have one grunt, which means one human to five robots or five tin men or something like that. Yeah, he said, yeah, you can have one grunt to five robots. Okay, and those five robots will be doing the work of probably of about 30 people. They always try and give you the upside that you know that this is going to happen as well. They give you the truth, but then they say, okay, this could be a positive outcome. So they lie a lot as well when they give you the truth. Okay. Mhm. Artificial intelligence is set to affect nearly 40% of all jobs, according to a new analysis by the International Monetary Fund. IMF's managing director, Kristalina Georgieva, says in most scenarios, AI will likely worsen overall inequality. Well, she's right, and it'll definitely affect more than 40%. Okay, you're going to have your people that are unskilled, don't have education, they don't have many skills. Like for example, a lot of women that clean offices after work, they might be doing that to subsidize their pensions. They might be doing that because they don't know anything else. And a lot of those people, especially here in the UK, as in America, a lot of those people are our people. You have a lot of Latin women, Northern Kingdom. You have a lot of Israelite foreigner women from the eastern part of the world, be it Northern India or whatever. Uh, for the most part, they're Jake women that do that kind of work. It's going to affect them because they'll have AI technology doing all the cleaning. Why would they pay a grunt to do the work, right? You have a lot of students working bar jobs, right, to subsidize any kind of loans or whatever they have, or if their parents are paying for their university or college, right? You have a lot of people that can't find a job because they're so-called overqualified, but they might be driving cabs. Cab drivers are going to be AI, right? So it's going to affect everything, even to the point of your skilled labor. But they might have one foreman, like in the movie, right? Subservient. They had one foreman. They kept the foreman, who was a human, of course, but all the workers, a team of maybe 40, 50 uh, uh, things moving around were robots. So basically, they got rid of the whole, probably about 100 human beings, right? That were laborers on the site, carpenters on the building site. Got rid of all of them and replaced them with robot technology, and they had one foreman, right? That was a human. So that's how it's going to affect. There'll be still people working, but it won't be many. It'll come to a point in the very near future where brothers may have to move in with each other and share, and there'll probably be one person working in the household, where you'll have to, you won't have your own space. You'll have to, but what it is, you'll have at least have a roof over your head because we're coming into that time where comforts will be taken away. Yeah, Jakes will get blessings, okay, but then also there's other uncomfortable situations you got to deal with anyway. And some Jakes are dealing with that right now because the Lord is putting them through the ringer. So when all hell breaks loose, they are somewhat, how shall I say, not immune to it, but they're kind of used to it and they can deal with it. And plus, they got the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, so they can deal with it. All right. Haggai 1 and 6. All right. And a lot of people are already complaining about money. People don't have disposable income. People don't have money to pay for this, that, and the third. A lot of shops and stores are closing because foot traffic is not going in there. A lot of these stores are doing their sales early because they're trying to sort of get in during the Christmas period. And the sales probably will go on from now till maybe about February. And then February, you've got that bullshit Valentine's Day. And it probably go in there as well. So if you want to buy your woman a dress or something, it might be 50% off or whatever. Just thinking out loud. Okay. So all this is going to affect money. Overall, it's going to affect what's in your pocket because, as the scriptures say, money is a defense. And with that, because when you have a problem, all right, you got a toothache. What you got? You take out some money or you use your debit card. You go to the dentist and you pay for it. You have it rectified. You got a flat tire. You either change it yourself or you have it towed um, uh, with one of those road. Over here, we call them RAC or the AA, which is basically, they come and rescue you, so to speak, and tow your vehicle away. Roadside service, right? And they'll take it to if they can't do it, they take you to your local mechanic. You pay them off, and you get your vehicles taken care of. You want some more shoes. You're into shoes or whatever. You can't even buy. You want to have. You can say, okay, I need X, Y, and Z. On a replenish my wardrobe or whatever. You spend money. Money is a defense, and people don't have that anymore. You got motherfuckers walking in the street with pajamas on these days. I can't believe that shit. I seen grown men pushing pushchairs with pajamas on and wearing Crocs. We're coming into a very, really weird world we're coming into. All right, people don't have that disposable income. Yeah, you got Jakes out there doing well. Our people somewhat are in the same situation. They've always gone through hell, but there's a lot of Jakes that are doing okay. But you know who I see suffering is a so-called white man, the Edomites, heathens, other nations as well. All right. Haggai 1 and 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Right? And we're coming into that point where, people are going to be bitching and moaning as well. What's that scripture? When the righteous beareth rule. Is it beareth rule? Let me see. Okay, Proverbs 29. Let's go here. Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, which the righteous will be the Israelites in the kingdom, right? The people will rejoice. Even the heathen will rejoice after 1,000 years of slavery. They'll be under subjection, they'll pay tribute, but they'll be happy, right? But right now, okay, people are mourning. So let's go again. Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And you can see on people's faces, people are ready to explode. People are snapping quickly. People are driving crazy on the road. People are miserable. Do you remember the days about 30 years ago when you walk by each other, a woman might, a woman or whatever, ideally a woman, an attractive single one, would smile at you. Nowadays, everyone's got their head down on the phone. People very rarely look up and all that kind of thing. Some people are even getting run over. And what I'm trying to say is people don't make conversation anymore. Like here in the UK, people, this is common just to make conversation with someone. You could be standing at the bus stop. You could be buying fruit and veg. It could be just an old white lady there. They just make conversation. How you doing, love, all that kind of thing. How you doing or whatever. For the most part, even if you're speaking to Jake could make conversation with you. You might speak to Miss Mary, man. She might have a West Indian accent. You might have politic with her for a little bit. There was always some kind of jovial, vibrant kind of atmosphere. Now people don't talk anymore, and half these motherfuckers can't even speak English anyway around here because all these Polish and Russian Elamites as well, and these Ishmaelites, these crackers and heathens have come over. But yeah, there's just an atmosphere of complete death and destruction, and you can feel the energy in the air. It's like a cloud of sickness that's just over this world right now, and this is because we're approaching a transition of power, man. You know, Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. All right. Okay. And there'll be sedition among men. Okay. Because in the movie, it'll be sedition. Because in the movie, all right. Let's see. Let's go to Second Ezra 15:16. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Because they're not going to give a shit about your managers, your directors, your princes, your kings, your what do you call them, prime ministers, your MPs. They're not going to care. They're going to say, "What have you done for us? We're supposed to respect you." You know, because you're on TV, you're trying to help. You know, you're basically you're just part of the problem. Okay, what does sedition mean? Let's go to the NLT first. I want to see what that says. Um, Actually, 1 second. Proverbs 29. No, that's not sedition. Second Ezra 15:16. Why doesn't that come up as the NLT? Let's go here. Second Ezra. Second Ezra 15. Go to 16. There will be great, yeah. Second Ezra 15:16. There will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. There will be no longer free access. There will be no longer. There will no longer be free access to the cities. It's verse 17. Because verse 18. Because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. Verse 19. Driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. That's beautifully said, or beautifully elaborated. Second Ezra 15:16 onwards again, right? There will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control. Well, yeah, because people are pissed off, all right? And in the movie, you see the workers get pissed off. They break into the building site and start attacking the damn robots. All right? While ignoring legitimate government. They're ignoring the legitimate government. They're ignoring the powers that be. They don't care because they've had enough. They've lost their livelihood. These damn robots are taking everything away. I ain't seen the end of the movie yet, but you know what that's gonna, they're touching on this now, and obviously it's gonna get way worse because Jacob's trouble is gonna be something very, very, very real, man. 70 AD on steroids, man. You know? There will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. There will no longer be free access to the cities, martial law, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. Driven by famine and terrible suffering. Yeah, because people are not going to have no money to buy any food because they won't be working. Okay, and if you're going to want money or things to cater for your family, okay, what do you think they're going to make you do? Right? Because obviously we're approaching a financial crash as well, where money will no longer be king. Cash won't be king no more. It'll be the Karagma, which is a radio frequency identification device, or RFID CHIP, the mark of the BEAST. People will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. People are cool with each other when things are good. Good morning, good evening, whatever, if you talk to your neighbors. Me personally, I don't like talking to them. I say fuck them, you know. But I mean, back in the day we used to. But nevertheless, people, are cool with each other when things are well. When things are not so well, let's see how things will progress. There'll be jealousy, what's the term, covetousness, you know, people wanting things that, other people have, you know, which means that people, you know, um, there'll be a lot more violence in the street. I mean, it's always been like that anyway, since the 90s, as far as I remember. It was actually more grimy back then, but nowadays it's like these people that are going to do stuff like that are like rats. You know what I mean? They're like scummy rats, you know, with hoods on. You know, they're like scummy rats. Will try and do these things via technology, and if they do come in front of you, right, they'll try and get you in a position when you're really vulnerable. Hence the reason why a lot of this phone snatching and assaults and stuff happen to elderly people or women. You know, they very rarely try a burly big guy, that looks like he can, he's got scrapping skills. Obviously they get tried too if the next man's got a strap, but this is going to go down really heavy and hardcore all over the world, especially ground zero in America. But in the UK, people assume, because they've never been here, there's no guns. There's guns in the street here. All right. The gun laws have been recent in this country. Shotguns are legal for farmers. Guns come from Europe as well, because parts of Europe guns are legal. And Europe and Spain and Germany are only an hour away by plane. All right. And all the street jakes have got straps. All the street heathens have got straps. Okay. And obviously you've got a lot of knife crime as well. All right. So it's going to get real. It's going to get extremely real around here. Okay. Because all this is going to have, it's going to be like it's like supply and demand. It's like any kind of business. It's like any kind of infrastructure. If there's an imbalance, something's going to give on the other end. For example, if you got like a what do you call them, like a seesaw where children play, you got like a child that's 100 pounds or 120 pounds, and another child that's 120 pounds. Two young girls up on the seesaw, right? I don't know what you call them in America, but a seesaw, like one child is sitting one side, another child is sitting on the other side, and they're bouncing up and down, right? They're level, right? But if you put some fat child on there that's 250 on one side, what's going to happen? The child that's 120 pounds will be up in the air. There's an imbalance, right? Now this whole world is going to be chucked into that imbalance. Why? Lack of jobs, lack of human connection, men pissed off that they're not in relationships with real human women. Okay, and this will obviously entice a lot of people that you know, you know, to acquire a woman that's or acquire a thing that looks like a very, very, very attractive woman as something that they can't get in real life, because that human woman that's attractive is not interested in a guy that's 300 pounds and smells like onions. You know what I mean? For example, you know. So this is going to be, for some weirdos, it's going to be a plus side, but for the rest of the world, it's going to be straight confusion. Overall, it's just going to lead to complete terror, man. Complete terror. Let's see. Okay, let's go to Isaiah 24:11. There is crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Yeah, the mirth, the joy, the busyness, the optimism for certain people. The elect are very not optimistic. The elect are very positive mindset wise, because we know the kingdom is coming, and there's a certain joy in our heart and our mind and our soul. Yeah, you go through bouts of depression. I know I do. But then lo and behold, after going through that for a few hours, the Lord gives me a little shining, a little hope. It could be a scripture. It could be a brother that made a lesson. It could be a spiritual number. It could be me seeing a chariot. It could be me seeing a rainbow in the sky. It could be, anything like that. It could be an eagle flying high up, Isaiah 40:31, It could be anything. Because we know that there's something better after this. But a lot of people, all that optimism, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to retire, I'm going to move to Spain, or, Benjamites, Benjaminite Jakes, I'm going to retire, I'm going to move back to Guyana, or I'm going to move back to Jamaica, or I'm going to move back to, Latin Jakes, I'm going to move back to Portugal, I'm going to move back to Brazil, I'm going to move back to Mexico. Because we've got, Northern Kingdom is heavy here too now in the last 20 years. And it's funny that, Northern Kingdom are all situated in South London, which is a massive hub for Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. No, Judah and Benjamin for sure. And also Northern Kingdom too, which is kind of like New Jerusalem. I mean, a lot of Jake there, which goes to show both tribes are side by side. Then you've got Israelite foreigners in the west part of London, you know? So a lot of shit's gonna go down, man. Yeah, and all these things that Jakes wants to do is out the window. And Esau's just pissed off. Even homeless Edomites, man, are cussing out, saying, "Oh, you foreigners are coming over here and taking this, that, and the third." But Esau's always been lazy. Esau's always been lazy. You know, Esau don't want to work. My dad was, in the construction industry for 50 years. He had a crew of him and his family members, all Jakes, by the way, because they're all from the same paternal lineage. All right. And they would work. And Esau would ask his own kind, "Yo, do you want to work the weekend? It's, you can finish at 1 p.m. And it says, you get paid for the whole day or whatever, or be like double money." All right. And I'm talking 80s and 90s. And, carpenters and builders make good money. Right. Yeah. And yeah, they would ask Edomites. Edomites don't want to do that. Edomites just want to go on the piss. They want to drink. They don't want. The Edomites do the very bare minimum, and then they get jealous when Jake pulls up at the construction site in an AMG Benz. They get Jake because Jake has a work car and Jake has a nice car. They say, "How'd you do that? How'd you get that?" Well, motherfucker, it was all the extra work I've been doing. And Jake, Israelite foreigners or Jake in general, always has either a second job or they go above and beyond with the job that they have because they know they've got to provide and they want to work hard while they're young enough to work hard, work their backsides off, stack up a little dough so they are good and their children are good. And Jake does that. Issachar, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, all pretty much are the same way, man. Especially I'm talking about old school Jakes, that are now in their 70s, 60s, some in their 50s, even 40s. Esau does the bare minimum. And then see these same devils that are homeless in the street. Jake is owning homes, and these damn devils are living on rent now in the UK version of the projects, which we call estates here, all right, or council estates. Yeah, Jake is there too, but Jake, even if they're living in a council estate, which is a UK version of a project, Jake is still looking clean. Jake has still got a decent job, Okay, and even if Jake's got a basic job, Jake is still living in a family environment, especially like Nigerians who are Judah for the most part. They'll live 3-4 generations in a house together, man. They'll live in they'll have probably like bed. They'll probably have like one living room with a TV, but the dining room is probably converted into a bedroom. Maybe two brothers sharing that. The sister's probably has got a little room upstairs. The grandparents have got like one of the bedrooms. The parents have got one bed, the bedrooms, and the little children, or could be sleeping where the TV is at night. They'll turn the sofa into a bed. They turn it into a bed. They make do, and the house is always clean. Food is always being cooked in the kitchen. Jake does it like that, and outside of the house or that little apartment would be at least 2 decent vehicles. Jake is living like that until they get enough money to even buy another place, if they get a chance to, because this place, time is short. And then you see the same damn homeless Edomites have got pride where, "Oh, these foreigners are coming here." It's these foreigners that have built this world. You crackers didn't steal from their lands in the first place, right? Those foreigners will not be here because those so-called third world countries were first world lands at one point. And there's all the resources up there. You stole from them, then you worry, then you moan and bitch and moan about these foreigners being here. The UK or Britain was a hub. It was because it was it was so-called British Empire. So people traveled to and forth from all the colonies. That's why it is the way it is. But these dumb retarded Edomites with 3 teeth in their mouth can't even string a sentence together. Have got that much pride. Homeless motherfuckers. So you got Jake that's bitching and moaning. Then you got the Edomites. So fuck the Edomites and heathens, man. All right. Isaiah 24 and 11. Isaiah 24 and 11. There is crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And this is just a great example of what's to come. How far Esau, the so-called white man, will take this technology, I don't know. Okay, because they talk about 2024 to 2030, this will affect jobs. I personally think we don't have here that long. Okay, because the Lord said, if Esau's got that much time and no flesh will be saved. Paraphrasing scripture there, of course. If Esau's got that much time, man, we'll be effed because we feel, I know I do. I feel, hey, man, I need at least 2 cups of coffee in the morning to get going. You know, obviously pray, get your coffee in, you know, then you're good to go. I personally think we don't have long hair left. And I say this every time, man. I hope it's next year. You know, I mean, these damn devils better speed it up. But we'll see what happens, because they show all these movies. Now they've got a new Superman movie coming out in July 2025. You know, let's see how far we get into next year before hell breaks loose. You know, my personal estimation, it could be summertime. I reckon hell should break loose. The Kragma probably would come in maybe, I don't know. Maybe might come even in June, the 6th month. You never know. You never know. Lord willing. Anyway, just my little analysis on this movie called Subservience. Megan Fox. All right. So lucky I had to sort of elaborate on the movie. I'm going to finish it off myself. But so far, you're going to see a lot of things, man. Pretty much every job was done by an AI robot, whether it's someone serving you drinks in a bar, whether it's someone taking care of your children, whether it's someone who's operating on you and you're the human, or whether it's someone working on a building site. So they showed building site, bar workers, even people, doctors committing operations, and housework. Right, that's 4 different types of jobs there. Domestic work, all 4 roles. All right, building site work, 4 or 5 roles. Right, all carpenters. Right, all done by AI domestic robots. And the only person working in the movie, as they showed working, was the foreman whose life this is around. So how do you think things are going to turn out over a long period of time? All right, people are going to have a lot more time while they got it, while their rent or mortgage is paid up, you know, to sit at home and think. People will be meeting in coffee shops. People will be meeting in the street. People will be meeting in the park. People will be drinking. People will be brandishing weapons. People will be thinking, oh, I'm going to attack this. I'm going to attack the government. I'm going to attack this store. I'm going to do this, that, and the third. All right. And it's already getting to that level right now. So this is going to have a real negative effect. Okay. Negative for the world, but positive for the Israelites, because this means that this world and this financial infrastructure and this whole commerce and this whole world in the way they're moving currently will be completely destroyed sooner rather than later. Okay, check the movie out. It's on Netflix. I'm assuming Netflix is the same movies that are on over here in the UK as well as in America. All right, maybe they give and take movies or Adam, a week later or whatever. I don't know how the situation works, but check it out. I'm sure it's there. Subservience, Megan Fox. Okay, and all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshai B'Hashem Rakakwadash. Salakia for me going into a tangent or all that kind of thing, and sometimes you just gotta. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I was starting again to talk a little bit more. But anyway, all praise to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshai B'Hashem Rakakwadash. Mawatha Bad B'Al Kwam Yeshua Shalom.